Hi, I'm Lea Cothron with the Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability. We are the state unit on aging, and I'm here with Shelley Matthews, Executive Director of the Southwest Tennessee Area Agency on Aging and Disability. Transportation is a need for older Tennesseans, and one identified solution to meet this need is volunteer transportation. So we're going to be talking about volunteer transportation today. Shelley, you have a story you've shared in the past with the Commission. Could you tell us that story again?
Sure. So when I was growing up, my grandparents would pick us up every Sunday for church. They would pick up my sister and me, but we also had 4 cousins that they would pick up as well. And so at any given time, there would be 6 of us piled in the back of this town car headed to church, which is a lot of little kids. But we enjoyed it. But they also picked up 3 older ladies who lived in our town, Miss Sadie, Miss Nett, and Miss Geneva. And they kind of spoiled our fun because we would have to sit on their laps. There's obviously not that much room. And so Miss Sadie was hard of hearing, and we would fight over who had to sit with her, because she would scream in your ear because her hearing aids would be up, too high or too low. And so we fought over that. And then we didn't like to sit with Miss Nett because we felt like she smelled like alcohol, and that was not true at all. She smelled like older perfume. And then Miss Geneva was fine, and we would sit with her as well, but she was afraid of the dark. So we'd always have to walk her into her house at night when she got home and check for burglars. But I tell you all that to say this: it really aggravated us as small children that we had to share the car with them and try to be polite. And we asked my grandparents one Sunday night, why do we have to pick these folks up? Why can't it just be our family? And my granddad said to me, Shelley, we are the first faces they see all week, until they get to church. We're the only outlet that they have, and you can only hope that when you get older, somebody would help you as well. So senior transportation is near and dear to my heart, and I know it's a huge need.
Wow. How does that story reflect the needs of West Tennessee today? So
I think it's similar, but I think there's probably a greater demand today. West Tennessee is very rural, as you know. There's 1 or 2 hub cities pretty much where folks need to get. And I think, with our healthcare needs, a lot of times our chronic conditions force us to go to the doctor. More times there's more specialists we have to get out to. There's just a lot of needs for transportation, more than there were, say, 30, 40 years ago. And folks are living longer. So you combine all those things. Very rural, not as many resources as in a metropolitan area. Folks living longer and more places to go, then you really see the demand.
Very true. What does volunteer transportation mean to older adults in West Tennessee?
I think it has a huge impact in so many areas. Obviously, personally, it's going to impact your health care. When we can get to our appointments, when we can get to preventative services, we lead a better quality of life. I think that's well proven. It has a huge impact on the economy because when we leave our home and we do our business in our local community, obviously it has an economic impact. It has an impact on isolation. And, there's been a lot of talk in the last few months how isolation is really the #1 killer in the senior population. So when we go out more and we're not as isolated, and we're seeing our friends and our family and we're getting together, it has a huge emotional impact. So, yeah, I think it has the ability to touch so many different arenas.
So we know MyRide West Tennessee, that's your volunteer transportation program for West Tennessee. It's just getting started. We're actually in day 2.
We are.
But have you already been able to see it make a difference for someone? Is there anyone like the women in your childhood benefiting from this new service?
Absolutely. And we've gotten so many calls in the last month and heard people's stories that they were ready to sign up and go day 1. And the first few rides that we took, the first 2 people, both of them called back and said, this has made a huge impact on me. I want to go ahead and schedule my next ride. The first one was to the dentist. The second one was shopping, and she called back and wanted the same person to go shopping, and she wanted to go every week. She liked her a lot. So, yeah, the first few rides we got really good feedback. We talked earlier, I've really had to question some of the rules and policies that we set up because the demand is so great. We're getting a lot of calls from younger people under age 60 who are needing rides to chemotherapy. We've talked to a couple in stage 4 cancer and have no one to take them every single day to the chemotherapy appointment. We've talked to a couple of people needing to go to specialty clinics in Memphis, which is outside of where we're going. So this program will make a huge impact where we're at, and as we're able to expand, but the need for it statewide is really there for folks of all ages, really.
Definitely. So if people want to get involved in MyRide West Tennessee, if they want to volunteer or if they have an older adult that needs a ride, how do they contact you?
So we're part of the Southwest Tennessee Development District. We're at 102 East College Street in downtown Jackson, or they can call 731-668-6420 and speak with the transportation director, and we'll be glad to send them out a packet to get started.
And for anyone that's listening, if you want to know more about volunteer transportation, how to start a program in your area, please feel free to contact Shelley Matthews at the Southwest Area Agency on Aging and Disability, or myself, Lea Cothron, at the Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability. Thanks so much.